Last time this time is going to be done by David. Go.
All right, when we last left our heroes, they had been deprived of one of their friends and needed to determine what they were going to do about it. The plan seemed to be gathering an army to fight back, starting with Tantu from Ebon as well as a silver dragon.
And Silver, or
Um,
Riven, rather.
and Riven. Yes, Riven showed up as well. We called her in. Bjorn's not super sure yet, but seems cool. Ba, 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 ba.
She has a very large, very dark puppy. That's not a puppy.
This is
Hollis!
true, and that is a major point in her favor. Um, we ended up fighting a zombified cat lady. What was it again?
It was Lania, I believe.
Yeah, that.
Okay, yeah, perfect. And sometime after that, we successfully negotiated with the dragon. But afterwards, Locke had himself a dream, which seems to suggest maybe now isn't the time to act. So I guess we'll find out this time whether it is or is not.
Indeed. He had a very strange dream with a very strange dream that included a meeting with a god and Yong and Silver.
Locke was not impressed by the god.
He doesn't
Don't
have
let
to be.
Silver
It's
hear
not
you
his
that.
god.
Oh, he already said it, pretty much.
The god was not impressed with Locke.
Yeah, that's it.
Locke didn't ask for his opinion.
I still think that exchange was pretty good though. It's called faith, and have faith in me, having faith in Silver as opposed to having faith in Helm. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That was a very good exchange.
Yeah, I like that.
So beyond that, we ended last session with Locke coming out of that dream and awakening inside of the tent. You know, sort of the nightmare jolt awake kind of thing, and at the same time, Yong did the same thing. Everyone else is probably awake, and I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. But Locke, you wake up. Yong's nearby, like little ways across the tent, and she jolts awake as well.
Locke's gonna look over at Young like, okay, you were there.
What?
You were there in the dream I had in the cell.
No. I had a very weird dream, I'll tell you that, but I don't remember a cell.
What was the dream about?
I heard lots of voices. I saw a big, tall shadow figure tower thing. She seems to be racking her brain trying to remember what she can of it, but she eventually just sort of shakes her head and is like, that's about it.
Did the big dark tower thing have a big glowing yellowy eye?
Maybe? I didn't really look up that high.
Was it in the middle of a swamp-like area?
I remember nature, I think. Not so much water, so forest, swamp, maybe, I don't know. You're the one with the weird dreams, not me.
Well, you were very much present in my weird dream. Although, given how my weird dreams work, it wasn't really so much a dream, so much as my consciousness being flung across the fricking world. Ugh. It's confusing.
You're telling me. Right.
I talked to Silver.
Young was getting ready to walk away, and she just stops and then turns. What?
We want to know more about what we're getting into. Our dragon friend was very keen on that. So, last night, Vindsvept helped me out by projecting my consciousness towards where Silver is being kept, as he's done in other instances, and I began to try and scout things out. I was trying to walk through a door with a bunch of big-ass chains, and that backfired, and suddenly I was just warped into a room with Silver in it. A cell. She was chained to the wall, and that's where you were, too. Very, very confused, I might add.
So,
And very, very confusing.
So not a whole lot different than right now. Good to know.
I guess.
But continue.
And I talked to her for a while, trying to figure out what I could of the place from what she had to say, and, well, just to refresh my memory, it's Helm, right? That's Silver's...
Yep.
Okay. And then Helm showed up.
Helm as in the god Helm?
Yep. Just kind of appeared. This silhouette of light. Said that, this wasn't exactly the wisest course of action we were undertaking, and Silver was very much in agreement. She told me that if her shackles are broken, if she's released from her cell, she's not leaving until the corruption in her temple has been expunged. So the get in and teleportation circle plan is basically been shot straight down. She spent a long time trying to dissuade us not to go through with this right now at all. Did offer a compromise, though, in that if we can manage to find Rune and cut her down before anything else, then maybe we could go from there. If I'm remembering the conversation correctly. Am I?
More like, find Rune, get my sword, bring my sword to me. I'll try to meet you halfway.
Okay. Find the sword. Okay. Then that. Rewind that.
Fine enough, because even if Locke was to say, more specifically, find Rune, Yong's gonna sort of like act as if she's sort of staring off into space for a second and blink, and she herself, before Locke does, get her sword back. She told me to get her sword back.
Mm-hmm. So you were there.
Yong shakes her head, and she's about as confused as she was when she was in the cell. I heard voices, and I think now that you've said that, I remember hearing Silver's say get her sword. But I don't remember a cell, I don't remember Helm or any of that.
So your consciousness was being projected like mine was, but you didn't retain the experience.
Yes? Maybe your patron guy can only yuck your consciousness into other places and times. And if he tries to do that to others, this happens. I don't know. What I do know, and I'll stand up and sort of dust myself off a bit, is that there's more than one big, towery, shadowy thing. Evan isn't the only one. He's just the one I deal with. I know there's more than one because not all that long ago, something of an approximate shape and size to him barged in and tackled him while we were talking. How does a tower tackle another tower?
They fight like giraffes.
That's a beautiful image. Just a couple of floppy noodle-ass towers beating the shit out of each other.
I don't know. It's magic. It's weird cosmic eldritch entities, and there's a lot of magic involved. And time gets fucked up when these things are around. I don't know. Can we just have breakfast?
Although,
I'm hungry.
Locke, you do remember that in that big kaiju fight, you saw that Ambinswind may have been a tower, or looked like a tower, but it was akin to the whole iceberg kind of a situation, because when Ambinswind went to actually fight, he was less tower and more spider with a huge freaking tower on his back.
I didn't remember that bit.
Squid.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Okay, so we decide what we're going to do. Talk with the others, and I guess tell our dragon friend that sorry, we're not going to save Silver right now.
I don't know. We need to talk it over with the others before anything else.
Yong and Locke will probably make their way back outside to the rest of the group. I imagine that, like, the rest of the extra party members that you guys currently have, in the form of Frederick and his party, and Alessandra and Tantu and all that, everyone but the dragon, because the dragon flew into the mountains. I can't remember if your blanket of fortitude had enough space for everybody to sleep, but if it didn't, people can sleep outside, because I know that Riven did anyway.
Yep.
So, yeah. Locke and Yong wake up to everyone else being awake outside already.
I will wave hello.
Hi.
You get a cheers from Bjorn.
Cheers.
Yeah, he's got a drink. He lifts it up.
Well, things have gotten interesting. I will relay everything that happened in my funky-ass dream with everyone else and the funky shit going on with Yang. I don't want to repeat it all right now. I wanted to give everyone else a chance to say shit, because I feel like I've been hogging the spotlight lately.
That's fine. So do you figure that Locke has a better memory than Brian does to say all the things that were said in the dream? Maybe not verbatim, but...
I would say probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Locke's a frickin' D&D hero, and I'm the guy playing the D&D hero, so yeah, probably.
I mean, fair.
You regale all of us with your dream then?
Yes.
Okay. So we're all caught up now.
So she is okay then.
For the time being, if nothing else.
When was your dream?
Last night?
No, but like, was it like now or short future or years from now? Didn't you say there's like weird time trickery stuff?
There can be. Was there any... I forget, was there anything that told me roughly when that dream took place relative to now?
The closest you got to that was when Silver was talking about it and saying, she didn't have any real knowledge whether or not she'd been in the cell for days or for weeks because she can't see the outside. So at the very least it's been a few days, but at max it could have been several weeks. You're not entirely sure. But from what you saw of Silver when you were in that dream, she looked malnourished. So that would imply that she hasn't had food for several days, which would then imply that
she had food, just not very good food.
And not very much of it.
Yeah.
Alright.
If they don't feed her, she's just gonna die and they can... Oh wait, no, never mind.
Yeah, the canon... Yeah, the whole shtick kind of depends on her being alive for some reason.
Yep.
I just realized that there are a fuck ton of similarities between Silver and Elizabeth in my S56 campaign.
That's how it goes.
It's a very typical, not necessarily a trope, but it is a very strong story arc for characters in worlds of fantasy for somebody to be in a situation of, oh crap, I'm captured. Oh crap, the enemy doesn't want to kill me because I'm useful.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
like, specifically,
why.
but like, specifically, like, constantly cutting and bleeding them for useful shit and blood or whatever.
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't know. I wonder why.
Oh, I know. We know. Anyway.
I mean, I know you know, but do they know?
I know out of character.
I don't fucking know, do I? You tell me.
Not really.
If he doesn't get it.
I believe you discussed it with Yong one night when you were out with her. I think. Does that sound right?
Probably. If it's been established in story, it was probably established in story mostly with Yong, or she could have hinted at it when in conversations of speaking about her past. But Silver doesn't actually really know all the specifics of what makes her so important, other than the obvious bits of her blood being rare. But either way,
Yeah, 'cause she was orphaned. So.
Silver has some very unique blood in the form of from class and race specific things. She chose an Asimar, so she has celestial blood, and then as a sorcerer she chose dragon, so she's got celestial dragon blood.
Yeah.
Freaky dicky shit.
So anyway, for all we know, some of Silver's bloodline might actually be from a bomb with all the dragons up there. Anyway, so with that all discussed, and Alessandra sort of speaks up, and she's, so I guess we put your mission to go save her on hold, and we see what we the rest of us can find any kind of information on where they may have traveled to see if we can't find Rune or get the sword, then is that the plan?
I guess. It's kind of up in the air for me right now. The situation is taking turns I was not anticipating.
I don't think any of us anticipated her being captured, so.
Yeah, but that's not what I meant. But
Alright.
I'm honestly starting to regret getting the dragon involved now because they came all this way. They're going to expect shit to happen.
Well, dragons do tend to live on a much longer timeline than we do. If we just tell her it's going to be a couple of months, that probably won't seem terribly long.
But how are you going to keep it attention? She did seem like she was all that invested.
Not especially invested in the situation, but we are an opportunity to get more treasure later on. Dragon will have a hard time saying no to that.
Then where are we going to find this treasure?
Well,
I mean, everywhere.
we are still trying to deal with Noro.
And then Tontu speaks up and I can keep an eye out on Yvonne if Azza, which is the name for the dragon that we forgot, I found it again. If Azza gets upset about it, at least you can keep your end of the bargain of paying her, and maybe she won't destroy you. But then again, it's not like she's a chromatic dragon, she's a metallic dragon.
And they're generally nicer. Still don't want to fuck with them, though.
Oh no, definitely not.
Well, I suppose we wait here for at least a little bit to see if she shows back up again. But most of us can go back to Yvonne, or go back to Caverton to head back to Yvonne. At least, this is Aunt Alessandra. At least me and Tontu can head back to Yvonne for now. And then if Azza decides to travel with us, she travels with us.
Why would Locke's mom go to Yvonne?
Oh, well, you're right. She would go back to Yukiyagi. Duh.
Okay.
Forgot about that. Sorry.
I was about to say, wait, hold on. Mom, did something come up in Ebon that I was not made privy to? Because that doesn't seem like you.
She meant to go back to the teleportation circle, more specifically, is how I should have worded that. Because the teleportation circle is a ticket for both of them to go home. Or all three of them.
Well, if she has chalk, she can just do a teleportation circle here and go to her permanent one. The other two would have to go to the city.
Well, I mean, if she waits for the Azza to return the dragon, then all three of them. Well, yeah, you're right. She would have to. She could technically do teleportation circle twice. She could write down in chalk to send them to Yvonne and then send herself to Yukiyagi. But
does she know the circle to Yvonne?
Tontu could tell her. Also, Cad wrote it down.
Oh.
Because Cad's a person of tools and habits, and he likes to write things anyway. So he's every teleportation circle that you guys have been in. I'm just going to assume that Cad had got down the runes for. So if any of the group learns how to do teleportation circle, you can get to wherever you've been.
Convenient.
I try to be.
That is if somebody learns teleportation circle.
Indeed.
So, I from there, everybody sort of, I guess, chills at camp just to wait to see if Azza returns.
Yeah.
Yes.
The dragon shows up expecting a meeting. We don't want to not be present.
Yeah.
A bit into the afternoon, everyone, without any kind of perception checks needed, will hear the and then look off to the east. I remembered this time. And
As she's coming along to say, someone else spearhead this particular conversation. Last time I might have fucked things up. Someone else got can do it this time.
Who wants to talk to a dragon?
Don't look at me.
What was her reaction to the elephant person before? Was it Tantu?
Tantu, I think, and Azza have a civil but less than friendship sort of relationship. Like not so
Be
much.
just with elephants, or would that be just with her?
More with her.
Okay.
Azza has no idea who you are or what's anything going on with you. She has no reason to dislike you specifically.
Okay.
So she will land and she will assume her elvish humanoid form to be a little bit less intimidating, and to give her access to opposable thumbs if she has to pull anybody's hair again.
Pull someone's hair?
She took a lock of Locke's hair last time.
Ah, right.
A whole lock of Locke. Wow.
Holy shoot.
At least it wasn't a flock of locks of Locke.
Would you shut up, you little Dix weasel?
Okay. And can you spell her name out in the chat so my short-term memory can not cause me too much anxiety?
Azza.
Azza. Okay. See, that's easy. Now I'm going to remember it because I saw it.
Uh-huh.
So she made a return, I guess, to see what the plan was then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Did we have much time to discuss before her arrival?
Yes, you guys were starting to discuss and figure out plan in maybe 9 or 10 in the morning whenever Locke woke up, because I don't wager Locke slept in until 12. Locke probably slept in until 9 or 10 when everyone else wakes up at 7. And she arrived in the late afternoon, so she didn't show back up with you guys until 3 p.m. So yeah, you got plenty of time to speak with her.
So what is the gist of what we're wanting to sort of talk her down with? Hey, turns out we don't need you, or we're going to need more time, or what?
I think the angle should be that since she specifically left with the idea that she wanted us to get more information about the situation, right?
Yeah.
So
sit there and tell her, hey, a god showed up and told us no.
dragons are familiar with magic, so she might buy that. But I was thinking, just give her the gist of what we learned. So we're still going to carry through with the plan, but there's an extra item we need in order to make it work first. So we have to go find that.
Item being...
what it was a silver sword, wasn't it?
Okay. That's what I thought you were alluding to. I was just making sure.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
okay.
That's what I had in mind.
So...
By the way, her humanoid form looks something like that.
Oh, shoot. Let's see. Oh, shoot.
Oh! Hey, Cersei! Wait, is that Cersei?
Cyrilla, I think.
Cyrilla?
Siri.
Siri is...
Eventually
Siri is short for Cyrilla, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know.
That's who iPhone users are talking to. Gotcha.
Yes.
And that's why she's sarcastic and gets things wrong on purpose. Gotcha. We can see it in her face. It's like, oh, that's what they want.
Anyway.
Okay. So, sure. Trying to tell her that we basically were dissuaded by the captive's own god and sent to... Say what?
And the captive, since apparently you spoke to Silver?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we'll see what Azza thinks of that.
She will arrive, assume her elvish shape, and approach the group. And then she just... So, did you find more information?
I'd take a step forward and bow very respectfully to her. Yes, Azza. We have some more information. So we actually were able to speak with the captive we wanted to save, Silver, but not presently. Possibly in the future. It works weird sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, we were able to see her and her own what would it be, patron deity?
Deity.
Her own god.
Deity.
Okay. Her own deity made themselves known to us and basically encouraged us to be more patient and not rush into this so early. So, as much as it pains all of us, because we really wanted to push forward with her rescue, now might not be the best time. We've been given a direction to move into getting closer to being able to help her, but we feel that it might end up wasting more of your time if we were to keep you on hold for that. So, we're sorry for the inconvenience, but that's the intel we were able to collect.
Did you at least get more of a map for the place while you were there?
Yeah, I was able to get a bit of a better idea of the layout. Not a complete picture, but and Locke will go ahead and recount what he managed to learn about the temple, which I'm pretty sure I wrote down somewhere.
Probably.
I know you did.
I did, but it doesn't seem to be showing up anywhere in my notes for some reason. But I know there's something about like special stuff on like a cliff or something. So I'll just, since Locke will remember that, and since I don't at the moment, I'll just have Locke recount the gist of what he was able to figure out about the layout of the place.
Right. Okay. See. Would you still want my help whenever your rescue actually happens then?
If you would be willing to assist, that is a distinct possibility. We just didn't foresee that immediate actions would be so ill-advised. And
didn't see the divine intervention.
Yeah, that. And we understand that your time is very important, and we didn't want to just have you on hold for an unknown amount of time. So, yes, if the time comes close and we are aware and you're willing, I think that we might appreciate having your assistance. But we wanted to be forthright so you understood what we were up against.
We'd be willing to discuss it more at length when it's closer to time for the actual assault, of course.
I imagine that Locke probably has the higher charisma between Locke and Cad.
16.
Seeing as I am a warlock, my charisma is currently hovering at a very healthy 17 plus 3.
So we're the same. He's technically higher.
Alright. Does either one of you have persuasion?
I do.
Both did. Alright, that's good. I did want to make sure that I wasn't just making it harder by having it technically be Cad, since he was speaking up, considering that Locke spoke up as well. So
he was assisting.
Seeing as how Locke and Cad both spoke up, I will allow a persuasion check from Cad with advantage, since Locke was helping, to see what she makes of this. 17.
But I'm also particularly lucky, so I'm going to expend 1 point of luck to reroll one of those. Hang on. Situation normal. So 17.
Right, yes. Alright. So, fair enough. You are very... She looks at Cad now. You are a very interesting story. Are you from up Navon?
No, ma'am.
Kind of passes a glance at Tonsu, who's still there right now. Well, if you want to continue with our deal, and still maintain paying me for time, I'll still be able to stick around should you decide you want me whenever you siege this temple. However, perhaps my favor, whatever it may be done before we siege the temple, depending upon how long you wait. If you assume that your friend is still able to survive. I wouldn't want to go against the thought of a god, but yeah. And Locke, make me a dexterity save.
A dexterity save? Okay.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
That's
7.
Okay.
One of interest is Bjorn close by with the aura of something?
it
So
should be.
It would be 10, not 7.
Because he's a +3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she tosses out a small, essentially it looks kind of like a coin purse of sorts, and you like fumble with it to try to catch it as she tosses it to you, and you just barely catch it before it hits the ground, making it a 10. It's almost as if you get some sort of sense of, yeah, you should probably catch that from Bjorn.
Gee, you don't say.
Yeah, you now have a little. It essentially looks like a coin purse of sorts. It's a little sort of coin pouch. It's mostly in like leathers and a little bit of cloth. It's actually really pretty. It looks akin to like the old school dice bags that you can get, but a little smaller. And mostly brown. It's got like purple rims. It's very pretty. And she tosses that off to you. Whenever I call for it, you can pay me through that. Just
All right.
spend the night focusing on it for a while.
In game terms, I assume that means in tune to it, you stupid dumbass.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
You now have this is an item that doesn't exist. This is an item that I made, so I'm going to make reference to what it's actually making reference to, so that you know what it is. Exactly what Cad just said. Ender pouch.
I don't know what that is. I get it from Minecraft.
Yes, it's a reference to the Ender chests of Minecraft. In Minecraft, the Ender chest was a chest that you can like transfer items through.
Basically, you can craft any number of them, open it, and put stuff in it like a normal chest. No matter where you place one or find one, even if you find one that someone else made and placed, doesn't matter. The contents that you put in it are always there for you. And when you're done with it and I open it, it has my contents in it. You can put stuff in one and take it out of another one, no matter where it is.
Neat.
Yep. So essentially what she has is a small little coin pouch that you can, functioning similar to a bag of holding with an extra added bonus, you put coins in it, the coins disappear from inside it from your perspective, and then she can reach into the connected pouch from her end and pull the coins out.
Nice.
Yep.
That makes the payment side of things really convenient.
So if she makes you mad, make sure you pay her in coppers.
No.
I would not advise that.
No.
Don't do that. No.
That is a good way to get Yukiagi reduced to ash.
Not to mention us.
That too.
I promise you we are all perfectly flammable.
Have you noticed Locke's self-preservation instincts are surprisingly lacking at this point?
Yes. Like, no.
Yep.
He has become a man of, like, friend in danger? My life is expendable. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
It's kind of how he's evolved as a character. I like it. That makes him tricky.
Indeed. Alright. And then from there, she will look, Azza will look to Tontu and Alessandra and be like, so I suppose that means we are ready to head back to Avon. At least the two of us. He sort of eyes Tonto. And then Alessandra like, do we want to go back into Caberton? Because I can make circles to send you guys back to Avon. And then go back home myself later. And then Tonto's like, I kind of would rather make circles out here. It's all the same. The Loxodon of Caberton are not the same as those back home.
They got a lot of dicks in their number. Sorry.
What he said. Alright. Was anybody else wanting to make conversation with any of the three that are going to teleport away here soon?
Yeah,
No.
I guess just thanking Azza for her time and assistance. And all this way.
Just see that you pay me and we'll be fine.
And we don't have the total of how much we're gonna have to pay her before she can help us, right?
She did not give you a definitive amount. No.
Do you want Riven to go and confirm that real quick?
Yeah, she'd be like, so how much?
I thought we asked her about that like last time, and she just kind of gave us a shrug, kind of.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
what you said
like-
was use your best judgment, or you'll force me to use mine. Is what she said.
Yep.
Well, that's
and
not
then took her
promising.
hair.
Yep.
So if you're
Okay.
like, so Riven's just gonna try again since it's a different day. Be like, so how much do we owe you?
I will ask you for money, and you will deliver it. Should you not have it,
How much?
should you not have it at the time, you will get it. When I am
How
satisfied,
How money
when
if
I
we
am
don't have
satis-
them out?
when I am satisfied, that is that.
I think what she's saying, Riven, is that she will ask us what she wants to be paid. Am I right about that?
Pretty much.
How is she going to tell us?
Magic.
Magic, right?
She
That's how we got you here.
she
Yes.
holds up
Yes.
up her hand, and you see a like shiny ornate ring. And Silver Riven, you hear in your head, I'm not the only. Your friend's not the only one who can have weird mind tricks.
I didn't ask if you could do weird mind tricks. She's just saying this out loud.
Locke is going to take a very self-conscious step backwards, offering an apologetic look towards the dragon.
She just says nothing. Alessandra quickly finishes the teleportation circle to Avon and gone.
Okay, go.
But that's the thing. If we had an amount, we could work towards it. But if we
She'll ask.
don't have, but that's the thing. If we sit there and we get an amount and stuff, and then she sits there and asks us, "Hey, I want this amount," and we don't have it, that's going to delay us.
Well, then we better start stockpiling. I don't know.
How? How are we going to stockpile? This is a dragon we're dealing with. We need a horde.
Well,
We're adventurers. Hordes just kind of come with the territory with enough time.
Are we though?
and if we're ever desperate enough, you can always find a horde lying pretty much anywhere. You just have to have a pointed conversation with the people that already have it.
In which case, instead of a horde, we might instead need an alliance.
Ah.
What?
Ah!
Oh, dear God. Ow.
You son of a bitch!
I'm going to take 3 points of psychic damage from that.
Yes, please, thank you.
I mean,
I'm very angry at you now, Kenneth. I hope you know that.
I don't
You
think
do
it was
what now?
that bad.
Anyway,
It was a World of Warcraft reference. I am obligated to be pissed about it.
Yeah.
All right, come on. You liked the movie.
I liked the... I don't like the rest of it.
All right, so here's the thing. I want to put a very, very bad idea out there.
Oh no.
What?
If we were ever really worried about this whole dragon thing sometime down the road after this deal has been set, could always drop a bomb in the pouch.
That would be an incredibly stupid idea. You are correct. We are not doing that. I thought I was the less intelligent between the two of us, David.
It's like a bag of holding, though, right?
Where are we
I
going to
did-
get a bomb?
I did mention that it was like a bag of holding, which means that it
You
could
have to
not-
want what you're pulling out of it.
Yep, it could not be trapped.
That's unfortunate.
Unless you paid her in copper.
Ooh, unless we taped the bomb to the money.
I mean, there is that permanent glue in this game, but we're not doing that. We are not committing an act of terrorism against a fucking dragon who is helping us in exchange for money.
Now, what we do is we put bombs in there that have been magically named copper. So when she reaches in wanting to get copper, that's exactly, or platinum. And when she reaches in to get a platinum piece, that's exactly what she gets, a bomb named platinum piece.
No. What she's thinking is an actual platinum piece. So she will get an actual platinum piece.
Regardless, all you gotta do...
So we imbue an actual platinum piece with an explosion.
All you gotta do... This is me out of character as DM. All you gotta do is hope that you can pay her. That's it. I can't make it that hard.
Yeah. That's the thing. Where are we going to get the money? Because dragons like hoards. Where are we going to get a hoard of money, of gold and platinum?
I mean, she's already probably got a hoard. We're just supplementing it.
Either way,
Yes,
she's gone now, so we'll have to figure it out.
And we're talking about this out of in character a bit. Like, okay, so how are we going to do this?
Very, very carefully.
Very carefully.
That is
Right.
the only answer I have right now. I am sorry.
So
So
what?
It was a fantastic idea, and it shot me in the foot. I am sorry.
That's the thing. Does she want 5 platinum? She wants 5,000. She wants 50,000. She wants
She
500,000.
She will
What?
tell us.
Look, I mean,
Could've told us
honestly,
now.
let's find. I'm assuming your land has corrupt barons and lords somewhere in it. Let's find one of them, overthrow them, and pour their entire treasury into the pouch. Do a good deed, and make a fantastic down payment.
Nora, we are coming for you even faster than before.
Does he have money though?
Presumably,
He was a
he
corrupt-
does.
He was
politician.
living as a noble, but we did kind of. I can't say it. Nope. Never
You
mind.
weren't there.
I can't finish. I can't finish it. Shit.
You can't?
No, because Riven wasn't there.
You did not do it. Silver did.
Yeah.
Um,
Silver knows. She would have said something like this, but I'm
Anyway.
Riven.
Anyway,
like-
regardless, what we can do is we can find missions and do missions to help people and get some form of payment out of it. We still had some gold on us prior, and we can just
What,
pray
a couple
that...
hundred gold pieces?
Does anyone know who we can save who happens to be rich? Says Oak.
Let
No.
me check my
No
notes.
one.
Y'all,
Once we save Silver and Helma's happy, he'll bless her with wealth to pay off the debt.
Yong sort of very quietly is like, well, Unrae is usually paid a lot of money. I don't know if she has it on her, wherever she is.
Okay, so we go to Rydell and go talk to her.
Well, we gotta find her.
Yeah,
Remember, Oak speaks up now. He's like, well, we gotta find her. When we initially tried to call Mudslide to help us as part of the group to go and save Silver, Mudslide said that she was busy trying to save Unrae.
So maybe that's the direction we're headed then.
yeah, I guess. Also, quick out of character question: have I given my vicious battle axe to Riven yet?
No.
Okay.
You're doing that now.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I just realized. Luck's gonna take off his backpack and start digging into it. I found something after you left the group, and it made me think of you. But it's been so hectic since you got back that I just have here. And I pull it out and I hand it to her. Here, a badass battle axe, right for you.
Somehow
Forgive me
hiding
for
it in
fucking
that.
us.
Yeah, magic. This is
Yeah, it's a vicious battle axe.
awesome. No, I have 2. That does additional 7 damage, so it's kind of like meh.
So,
Does that make up for me accidentally fucking us all over?
It would have been helpful if we had a price.
I
don't
can't
like that
help-
we. I don't like it that we can sit there and be like, "Hey, we got this amount of money. Will you help us now?" And she can just simply say, "No, not enough. Go get more."
Well, she is a dragon. We don't really have a whole lot of bargaining power. We were never going to have a lot of bargaining power with her. Look, it was a decision I made on desperation. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So we need.
Locke is just wishing for someone to shoot him in the head right now.
We'll just
So-
worry about
He's
the
really,
consequences later.
he is really fucking embarrassed.
All right. So, where do we find Mudslide at?
Well, I can contact her again. She asked me to try to find Unrae before I got back to her, because she was on mission, and because of the way my spell was, she had long enough to just say, "Nope, can't help you right now. Going to save Unrae. Don't know where she is. Can you look for her?" So,
So we need more details if we're going to find them. Of course, we could also probably find some items of value that we could sell, dealing with more of Noro's residual shrines or whatever. Or no, his hideouts, excuse me.
hideout.
If we deal with those, we could probably get more useful stuff.
Alright, so Oak's like, alright, so I send a message to either Mudslide, because I know what Mudslide looks like and who Mudslide is, or he sort of looks to Yong, and then, as if recalling something, to Silver, or Riven. If somebody can tell me what Unrae looks like, I can find her.
No, actually, no need for that. I pull out the laminated picture of Unrae that I just have for some reason. I don't remember where I got it. I just hand it over. I don't remember where the fuck I got that.
Last session I told you where you got that.
I don't remember.
It was in the little hidey hole under Slackland Bluff in the basement.
It was with the one of the people that you, when you went to destroy shrines, one of the worshippers of Dahlia, who was a drow blood hunter that you destroyed. Because slow, grr.
Yeah, because he had doggies, didn't he?
He had doggies, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Locke shows off a laminated picture of Unrae and hands it to Oak, so that he has a point of reference to you sending.
I imagine there are questions as to where I got that.
Yes, there are.
And I'll just say, I found it with someone whose ass we kicked.
Yeah, because River was just sitting there going like,
River?
just with like a flush. Riven.
River. Here's the thing. I almost didn't think about that at all because there's a character in one of the stories I'm reading named River.
Anyway.
So for a second, my parents was like, River, yes, that is someone.
All right.
And then I realized, wait, no, hold on, fuck. That's not anyone here. That's a pony.
So,
surprisingly, a half-orc is blushing.
Oak will sort of look over the picture and he's like, okay, I'm not sure how you got that, but you say you got it from someone that we defeated earlier. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Alright then. You want your picture back? Sort of looks a lot.
Yeah. And I'll just take it and just sheepishly stuff it back into my pack before Mom sees it.
Thankfully, she's busy setting up teleportation circles so that she can go to Yukiyagi.
Yeah, Mom
Luckily,
doesn't need
she
to know.
doesn't know that we're talking about a prostitute.
Yeah. My mom does not need to know that I'm effectively carrying around like just shy of softcore porn in my pocket. Locke may be a teenager and he may be in puberty, but that is not a conversation he wants to have.
Actually, the laminated picture is fairly casual, though the obvious assets are still obvious. But the picture is actually fairly casual.
Okay, still. As I understand it, this individual is relatively on the famous-ish side, so still.
Ish, yes.
So, still, don't want Mom to see that because she might recognize her. Like, wait, hold on, who have you been talking to? Like, oh no.
Yes.
Blush mood. No, mummy. No.
So-
Did I just say mummy? I'm sorry. Just shoot me now.
Anyway,
Let's
so
continue.
yeah,
Yes.
she closes his eyes, focuses on his oak leaf holy symbol, and he will use sending. Then after a time, he comes back out and he goes, "Okay."
Hmm?
What have you got for us?
So where is she?
She's well, Locke. You may not like this.
What?
She told me that she is in the forests of the Thaluna Wilds.
Fuck.
What? What's wrong with the Thaluna Wilds?
That's where Seven Nora is.
And we're not going to Seven Nora. We're going to the Wilds.
Seven Nora is close, is the problem.
So we don't have to go there.
So if we run into anyone from there, you can bet your ass they're going to recognize me, and then things are going to get complicated.
So you use that magic of yours to change what you look like the entire time that we're in the forest, just in case.
Cat.
I
Can
can
you
do
use
that.
your magic hat?
No,
Yes.
I use Mask of Many Faces and just make myself look. I make myself look like Silver, like
Very
a
tiny
shorter,
Silver.
skinnier version of Silver. Then I'll
And
just
then
sort
you
of
put the hat on to look back like Locke.
I'll just shrug him like, "Oh, Riven, this is what Silver looks like, except she's taller and has more muscle mass."
Kadruil turns into Silver.
Anyway,
Yeah, like that. Like those kind of points.
right. So
It's
Like that, but shorter.
So we're going to go save Unrae now, and she's in the Thaluna Wilds. Do we want to try to make sure Mudslide knows where she's going?
Yeah, might as well.
I
Or
think
no, be like, hey, we're going here.
Probably be a good idea, yeah.
All right. So he sort of focuses on his holy symbol again. Sends out sending spell. Okay, yes. She. It seems Mudslide's already halfway there. She was worried about going into Seven Nora from the stories that she's heard, and is now glad that she doesn't have to go in there anymore. Don't know exactly
Trust
what
me.
she means by that, but okay.
Yeah.
Trust me on this. Whatever story she's heard pale in comparison to the reality.
so. So this town has a reputation.
It's a shithole.
Lovely.
But not in like the poverty sense. Everyone there is so catastrophically full of themselves and egotistical.
You're from there. You're not an asshole. Your mother's from there. She's not a typical asshole.
Not everyone there is horrible, but a very large
Okay.
percentage of the population is. And the only reason I didn't wind up like that, aside from having a halfway decent mother, is because I'm a half-breed. I was humbled pretty much every single day from a very early age because not a single one of those assholes gave me that time of day.
And here you could have turned out as the big bad. Anyway,
You remember what I told you.
I know. At least
Alright.
you're not an evil person.
I'm sorry, I'm not thrilled about being anywhere near that city again.
Look, we're gonna go see some trees. Okay?
Yeah, let's just focus on saving the whore.
Excuse me.
I mean, I'm not wrong, am I?
And then at that point, Cal's like, "Wait, what?"
Anyway, let's continue. Onward.
All right.
Onward.
So the group gets their stuff together, begins ready to travel.
Do we want to stop in Caverton for anything?
Probably not a good idea. At least a
Why?
couple of us are not welcome there right now.
What'd you do?
Stuff?
Stuff?
Yong speaks up and she's like, "We did tell you the story of how we found Cad. The jail that we took him out of was in there."
right.
Yeah, that.
Ah,
Also,
bullshit.
Okay.
also my dad was in a cell there, so
Speaking
like
of,
it's all up, like 80% of this group is like wanted in that city.
speaking of, said father after Alessandra leaves is,
Oh, hey! He came with us.
if you are not going to go after Silver to try to save her right now, we can make our way back to Fumak to meet up with Jill, because if we don't, she's probably going to meet us somewhere in the middle, assuming that she arrived anytime recently. So,
Right. Fair enough. Yeah. When you're in Fumak, let's see. What was the name of the artificer friend of ours again?
in
Ular.
Ulara, yeah.
Right. Yeah. While you're there, there's that artificer. I believe I've mentioned at least once. Laura. There's a little ways outside of town. While you're there, go check in with her about the books that I asked her to make. And if you have a chance, see if you can get a message to me magically about the progress on that. If they're ready, go ahead and just take one. If not, a status report would be nice.
All right, I can look into that.
All right.
Vanya will give a sort of, not fully confident sibling half hug to Locke.
Thanks.
And then she will immediately make hand Hollis.
Yes.
Locke, stop.
That's not me. That's her this time. I point absolutely unrepentantly at my half sister.
Sorry.
An angry half-orc is staring at her. Like, stop.
Sorry.
But it's cute.
Oh, boy.
Look, I need the serotonin right now. Let us have this.
Someone needs a donut.
Yes, please. Thank you. Donut. I'll just steal a donut and start
No.
devouring it.
Donuts?
We have like 1,000 donuts.
Oh.
I don't even fucking remember how we got so many anymore. I think we just like
Bjorn
splurged
bought
on them at one point.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
Like for 5 gold.
Yep.
She just bought just a fuck ton of just. It was a great purchase, and I do not regret him making it one bit. But we just have donuts for days, literally.
Uh-huh.
We could feed a small village for like a week with this many donuts.
So,
Suffice to say, we don't need rations.
from there, well, you do for like any kind of substantial food, because donuts are not going to be nutritious enough. So, I'm just sort of playing around with the rations thing anyway, because there's so much travel that's going on right now. Okay, so we are going to then travel south to the Thaluna Wilds then.
Yes.
Alrighty.
I guess we are.
And this is when Cal's like, I wish I had traveled more south. Then we wouldn't have to walk. But okay.
Yeah. That probably would have been nice.
Yeah, but Cal has had 0 reason to ever travel this far south on Gradiriel. So her chances of having Thaluna Wilds in her tree portal repertoire is absolutely 0. She stayed mostly north.
Mm-hmm.
I assume everybody's going to sort of stick to the road until you get really close to Caverton and then sort of venture around. Is your mode of travel something like that, maybe?
I'd say, yeah. We should
Yeah.
definitely cut through the woods if we're trying not to be seen.
You could cut
Yeah.
through the woods. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could cut through the woods. Alrighty.
Yeah. So, whop.
Just go straight to that bridge down there and then stick to the road and then head straight down.
I guess. Just.
Fair enough. Alright. So you guys traverse for a bit until nightfall. Your first bit of nightfall is just before you get into the woods themselves. And you now have back to a more normal sized party in the form of with the added bonus of Cal and Hollis. You have mostly a normal sized party. How are you guys going to do watches on the outskirts of this forest?
I guess
do
just normal.
I'm
Maybe
good with whatever.
say Cal and Hollis and Riven probably.
Mm-hmm.
Locke won't middle watch. He usually takes middle watch.
Sure. If anyone wants to hang out with him at that time, they're welcome to.
Locke.
He wouldn't be against the company given the circumstances.
Locke.
He would actually really appreciate some company right now.
Probably Locke, and maybe either Bjorn or Cad, and then Yong and Oak might take the first watch if Riven wants to take the last one.
Sure.
Okay. There's it could be Cad or Bjorn or both to stay up with Locke. Either way.
Bjorn will stay up.
So Cad gonna stay awake with. He's going to be a third person for whichever watch he stays with. He's either going to stay with Bjorn and Locke or Oak and Yong. Or it's Khal and Silver. Or Riven. Darn it.
It used to be one way, now it's the other.
Indeed.
I don't know. Sure.
Or Cat could just be lazy and sleep the whole time.
No, not gonna do that.
That's a good way for Bjorn to not buy donuts anymore.
Who was the first option you gave?
It would be Bjorn and Locke. If you want to do a 1, 2, 3, Bjorn and Locke, Oak and Yong, Khal and Riven.
Sure. Khal and Riven.
Okay.
That's early morning, so.
Eh.
That makes sense to me. Those characters need more time to sort of get to know each other anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, with that in mind, you guys are going to do your watches. Let us do some perception checks. I will go for Oak and Yong first because they're the first watch. Yay, NPCs on their own watch so that any kind of conversations they have can be done off screen. Hooray. Perception from a Yong. Ooh, 19. Wow. Nice job, Yong. Then an Oak. Watch him get 19 too because he rolls like a 3. Be hilarious. Well, a 2. He rolled a 2 because it'd be plus 7.
No,
Okay, 10
29.
more. Close enough.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
Easy's all.
Oak is broken, please nerf.
He notices the grass grow about a 128th of an inch to his left.
Bjorn looks down to his sword of warning and feels disappointed.
Alright, so they have their watch. They follow through from there, waking up Bjorn and Locke for their next watch.
No.
And as they do so, this is done, I wouldn't say at disadvantage because you're just waking up, but Locke and Bjorn, give me an insight roll.
Interesting.
15.
Okay, 15 for Locke.
11 for Bjorn.
More from Locke.
Not great.
More from Locke, mostly because he's been around them a little bit more. There may have been in their watch together a bit of a shall we say sibling argument between the two. You get the sense that Yong is just with her demeanor as she makes for the watch. It's like she lets Oak wake the two of you up, and then she just immediately goes to sleep, and she's just like done. Something has got her sort of upset, but she's just gone, unless Locke tries to stop her. Locke is the one that picks up on that more. With the
He won't try to stop her, but he will use Awakened Mind to ask, "You okay?"
To Yong?
To Yong, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. We're good.
Locke is mashing X very, very hard right now, but he does not push it.
Alrighty. And then Bjorn and Locke will have their watch. Perception checks. Hooray.
Alright,
actually, before we get to that.
Also, just a quick thing here, because I feel like it makes sense given the direction the party is currently headed. Can I have Locke roll at disadvantage because he's distracted mentally?
That's reasonable. I will say though that when Oak woke you up, he was like, I still say that traveling through the forest is going to be quicker, but I was hearing a bit of noises and things going on in that forest, and he pointedly looks to Locke, because Locke would know the significance of this more than Bjorn. It sounded sort of goblin.
Is this like that performing goblin we found a long ass time ago?
No.
Is that what he's referencing?
No, it just sounded like there may or may not be a tribe of goblins in the forest.
Yeah, didn't we kill that goblin?
It's something.
You killed
It was Lockle and
a couple goblins nearby here, yeah?
Right. Thanks.
And then
Keep
12
an eye out.
perception. Nothing really seems to be going on outside. Perception from Bjorn.
Alright.
I'm just pointing it out. Locke is visibly
Yep.
tense.
So
Alright.
if Locke is visibly tense, I guess what would be distracting Bjorn from paying better attention to his surroundings
Probably.
would be he'd notice the guy next to him is looking kind of tense. Like, hey, what's going on with you?
Right. You aren't really super clued into background yet, are you?
Can't say that I am.
Most of the group hasn't really been clued into the finer details, but I have a very, very poor history with Sevenor, and that's to put it mildly. It's my hometown, it's where I was born and where I was raised, but when I left that town, I am confident that they wanted me dead. And my mother was exiled because of what happened, so that's why she lives up in Ukiegi now. Couldn't stay in Sevenora because of what I did.
What did you do?
If I tell you, will it be in confidence?
Do you have my word? Bjorn is very solemn.
Alright. I'll pull out the black book that I use with my spells and just kind of look at it for a second. Sevenora is a city of high elves. It's the dominant population. And, well, this particular group of them, generally speaking, take the high in high elf to a whole new level. They're purists, self-absorbed to an incredible extent. They're supremacists, essentially. And, you're going to find people like that in any group. But Sevenora is just like, it's a haven for it among them, right? But I was born a half-breed. I'm a half-elf. Not pureblood like the rest of them. And that earned me a lot of scorn. I wanted to be a wizard, like my mother initially wanted to pore over the tomes and do my research and come up with new spells and everything like that. That's how I wanted to contribute. And at every single turn, I was rebuffed, brushed aside, ignored, or any number of other things. It took me many more years than any of the other children just to get into a school about magic, and my mother had to throw around her weight in the city just to make that happen. And then even once I was in there, technically, on a practical level, I was still the outcast. I was never asked by the instructors to participate in the lessons. If I had a question, I was more often than not either ignored or insulted, and over time it got to me. I dropped out and just tried to teach myself. That's how I found this. And I pulled up the book a little bit. Found it in my mother's library. And I learned things from it. Just out of nowhere, I suddenly realized I could use some forms of magic. Things that I'd struggled with since I was born. And I wanted to show the other kids that I could be, I could be just as good as them, that I was just as capable now. That I wasn't this waste of breath that they were all making me out to be. And I tried to show them and lost control of the magic.
So, you killed one of them.
Yep. By accident. I loosed a spell that I didn't understand what it did, and that was the first time I saw the inside of someone's body. And it was just a kid, barely even a teenager. I hate Sevenora because of what it drove me to do. Even more than why I hate it because of what it is.
Yes. Yes, I could see how that would be. Well, hopefully we shall not have to pass through the town on our path.
That would be ideal. I want to avoid it like the plague it is.
Bjorn have anything else for that conversation?
Not as such, no.
He was being a listening ears and helping Locke to
Yeah,
somewhat relax, yeah.
giving Locke somebody to talk to and trying to learn more about, the people and places around him, since this is an unfamiliar land and such.
Alright. So you guys finish up your watches, and then the two of you are going to wake up somebody who's not inside the tent, because it's Khal, Riven... Well, Cad is still in the tent, but Riven, Khal, and Hollis slept outside of it, because Hollis can't fit in it.
Yeah.
So, you will wake up...
Who wants to wake me up?
Yeah, really. Who wants to wake up Riven, Hollis, and Khal? And who wants to wake up the elephant in the tent?
Well, Locke will wake up Hollis by mage-handing him.
Great.
Because of course, that's just kind of my MO at this point.
Great.
How far away are you from Hollis when you do that?
Max range on the spell. He ain't little anymore.
Okay. So...
And I just mage-hand him for like 5 seconds and then stop.
Well, that's the thing. Riven is leaned up against him asleep.
Just enough to make him wake up so that he wakes you up, and then stop before you realize what's going on so I don't get yelled at again.
Alright. So, Hollis, how do you mage hand them? Like, under chin, under ears, loop on the nose? What are you doing?
I would like to rub between his ears for about 5 seconds, as I said, and then quickly stop.
Okay. So, you get in behind his ears and he's... you get in behind his ears and he's... He wakes up and shakes and then...
Ow.
Oh, good. You're awake. It's about time for your watch.
I don't know. For some reason, I feel extremely angry. I don't know why.
I mean, that was kind of like your default setting way back when. So...
Hollis sort of...
Either angry, awkward, or just kind of sad. So always one of those three things.
Hollis sort of looking around Riven. You see him sort of sniffing at the air and is looking around.
What is it? Find it.
And then Khal, like, huh? What? You see this?
I don't know.
Leaning against you, leaning against Hollis. What? Although she has more balance, so she didn't actually fall. Not all the way.
Well,
okay, no. Hollis stands up.
That's the thing. If Hollis stands up, Riven's gonna fall backwards. It's like on her back, looking up at Hollis.
Yeah, and then Khal would have fell and been sort of against your shoulder inside, because she was leaning against your shoulder.
I don't know. Hollis found something? I don't know. Go find it.
I mean, I do know that there's, like, supposedly, like, goblins in the area somewhere, but they're not bothering us, so maybe. I mean, Oak heard something about goblins. They aren't bothering us, so I'm saying we don't bother them.
Khal will sort of wave her hand, and there's a flash of magic, and then Khal is... and then there's a brief discussion, because speak with animals. He didn't hear anything.
Okay.
He felt something. He didn't hear anything. He felt something, like on the back of his head.
Now, I am assuming that Bjorn has witnessed everything that has occurred up to this point.
Yep.
Yes.
So him standing behind Locke will mouth Riven while pointing at Locke. He did it. It was Mage Hand. I saw it.
Does Locke notice this?
Roll perception.
I am behind you, so that should be a disadvantage.
If you want to, if you want to roll stealth about it, you can.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand and stealth are the same for me, but sleight of hand is fancier, so I'd be willing to roll that.
Sure.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, no, he totally senses you.
And luck you're all
20 versus 12. Yeah, you totally sense it behind.
All right. So, well, if that's the case, then Locke's gonna look back to look back to Bjorn, then look at Hollis, and just mage hand to both of them. You traitors! And then
You mean
quickly
awaken
duck
mind?
back at that tent.
You mean awaken mind, not mage hand?
Yes, awaken mind to them. Traitors?
To Hollis and Bjorn?
Yes,
Interesting.
I can't understand you.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Alice just felt, what the fuck was that?
your awakened. Actually, no. Your awakened mind doesn't work on Hollis because he doesn't have a language.
So
I
just-
do it anyway because it makes me feel better.
okay, okay.
All right. And then
So
you
I
go
just
to the
call them
end,
both traitors and then immediately duck into the tent to hide.
pretty much. Okay.
I haven't changed one bit.
So you're
Yeah,
gonna
well-
go wake up Cad now?
Sure.
Way less entertaining to wake up the elephant than it is to wake up the ranger person.
Anything special or weird?
I guess I'll just awaken mind into your head. This is your conscience. It's time for your watch. Get up, you lazy bastard.
Oh, hey, Locke. I wake up.
Fuck. God damn it, no one's falling for it today. I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Locke goes to bed.
Perception checks from everybody.
Everybody.
Well, everybody awake.
That's better.
Ba, ba, ba.
You can roll one for Hollis if you want.
Yep. He has advantage on hearing.
And smell.
Oh, shit. I need. Where is it? This.
You need to click actual perception. There you
Yeah. Either way, 13.
go. Nice. Okay.
Oh, hey! Look at that. Cal and Riven got the same score.
They did.
Makes perfect sense.
So, the two characters that were rolling with advantage rolled the exact same roll.
Mm-hmm.
11, 11, 13, 13, 20, 20.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you guys are awake for your watch with the 20s, Riven and Cal. You guys do hear that there is not necessarily sound of any kind of like party or anything like that, but you do hear talk in Goblin and other such sounds coming from the nearby forest. So Riven actually knows Goblin, I think.
Yeah, she knows Common, Orc, Elvish, and Goblin.
Yep, because Ranger. So yeah, you hear speech in Goblin. It's like, I noticed a camp outside. No, we can't go out and look for it yet. No, she'll come back. She always does. Don't worry about it. So yeah, that's what you understand from the speech in Goblin, and it's
Wait,
still
she'll come back eventually?
she'll come back eventually, and I don't know where she is right now, and I see a camp out there. We can't go out there. We can't look for it right now. And there is, it's, you guys are just on the edges of the forest, and it sounds like it's from a decent ways in, which is why you needed the higher rolls to sort of pick up on it.
Silver's just gonna look slightly
Riven.
confused to Riven is gonna look slightly confused to Cal.
What'd they say, Riven?
They're looking for someone, but they won't come out because we're camping here.
Interesting.
They're more afraid of us than we are of them. Yes, good.
I mean, Cat is there.
Yeah. The thing
Did
is,
Cat actually say
Riven's
that?
a little.
Probably not.
Yeah, the
Okay.
thing is, Riven is slightly a little bit twitchy towards her axes. It's just like,
It seems as though they do not want to approach, so unless they do, I think we can just leave them be. And maybe not go
guess.
through the forest, unless you just want to kill goblins just because.
well, thing is,
Hmm.
What do you think, bud? Or, What do you think, Cad, was it? Says Cal.
Yes, Kadruil. Well, if they're not looking for trouble, I don't know that we need to.
Fair point. I agree with him. Unless they come looking for us, I don't think we need to go looking for them. We got other things to deal with. Not to mention the fact that goblins aren't ones to usually carry a lot of stuff. I mean, they steal things, sure, but the likelihood of them...
Yeah, but there's a chance that they could be part of...
It's a chance, but most of the crew for that were all brought together, Riven, if I recall.
Yeah.
And there's goblin troops all over. We can't just assume that every goblin troop in Gradiriel is related to... And she sort of trails off.
Yeah, but there's only one of them sitting in that area. What happened to the other two? And...
Would one of them be this far south? I feel like most of them were up closer together up in the north.
I don't know. That's the thing. I've been a while.
Yeah,
Well,
it has.
a long time. And
It has. How about we get the others awake when the watches are over and we let them know? We keep an eye out towards that forest just in case anything else happens. But
yeah, Riven is just gonna... She'll nod and just intently stare at the forest.
intently stare at the forest. Okie dokie. Any sort of discussion that wants to be had, Cad? Do you have anything you want to talk to Riven about?
Gadriel can be charismatic, but he's also shy, so
Yeah.
probably not.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So, following from that, it comes up just on the cusp of morning. Sort of sun's waking up, coming up into the sky and everything. Riven, you're focusing on the
Forest still.
forest still. Cal sort of, she sort of looks off to the side, and then she's like, I guess it was a fluke that you were asleep as late as Locke was before, huh? As she sees Young sort of creep out of the tent. What? Oh, hi. And then,
For a rogue, you're not very good at stealth.
shut up, okay?
What? I caught you last time.
Well, she caught me this time. You're looking in the forest for whatever reason.
Goblins. So
Go fight them then.
she's telling me no.
Right. Okay, well... And then she notices that Cad's awake too, and that you all are looking now, and she's like... Okay. So... I'm leaving.
Why?
We're going to look into stuff to try to save Silver.
Yes.
And...
We plan on doing that.
Yes, we plan on doing that, I know. And I seem to be better at sneaking when no one's watching.
Sorry.
Silver
it a good
tasked me.
idea?
Silver tasked me with being the one to help find her. She told me to get her sword. I am going to see what I can do to figure that out. If
I thought she told you and Locke. I don't know. I don't understand. It was a dream?
weird dream magic, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't get
weird
it
dream
either.
had to.
I don't get it either. But point being, in my dream, my version of it, I heard Silver's voice tell me to get her sword. And that's what I want to try to do. And I can sneak a hell of a lot better when I've not got a crowd. I can be safe. I can be stealthy. Sometimes. And Silver, or Riven, as you're looking at her now, you too, Cad, you notice that there is something you've never really seen with Yong before. She currently has little swirls of dark mist at around her feet. So, I want to go out there. I want to see what I can find. And I know that Oak, and probably Locke too, are not going to be very happy with that.
Don't you think we should discuss it with them?
I already tried. Oak shot me down the whole way through, but I've got to do this.
Well, if you think you can make it on your own, we can't stop you.
If Oak can use his magic to speak with me, and any info that I find, I can give to y'all. That's the way I see it.
But that is if Oak contacts you.
I'm sure he will. He'll worry about me if nothing else. He might get upset about it for a while, but I have to. I have to do this.
Okay.
What do you say, Cad?
Obviously, I would not be cool with this, but she's already discussed it with Oak, so...
And Oak said no, so...
Yeah... Then again, she has been really down on herself. I don't know. So, I guess I would say, do you not think that you might be needed to help her get her sword later? Helm said to trust in Silver.
I know.
No?
And I am, but I'm going to find the information to help you guys get the sword. If things start to go bad, I'll stop. And I guess I'll either, if Oak tells me where you guys are at the time, I'll try to come to you, or I can go back to Misty Village or something. I don't know. I need to go this, I need to give it a try. I need to at least try. This is going to be
right
bagging on me, distracting me, making me even worse at not being able to do what I need to do.
So Kadruil just walks up really serious and puts a hand on her shoulder. It's like, I don't want her to go. I'm not cool with this, but I also don't know how to confront her over it. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess Cad would sort of stammer attempts at dissuading her. It's like, are you sure you want to go? It's like, remember, they said to be patient.
And it doesn't... Khal knows very little about Yong, so she has not a whole lot to say, but Khal can also... Actually, roll an insight on Khal.
To be fair, I know very little about her outside of, like, combats and her trying really hard.
Yeah. You can roll insight too if you want to. Actually, yeah, why not? All three of you roll insight. 17 from... Yeah. So the 16, Cad, you pick up that, part of why she wants to do this is not just to prove to everyone else that she can, but to prove to herself that she can. As you so aptly put it before, her lack of confidence as of late and subpar ability to help out has sort of led her to this idea of, I need to do what I can to help, and she wants to at least try. You do get the sense that she is going to, she's truthful. If things start to go really bad, she's going to go back to Misty Village. Or she's going to see where you guys are when it contacts her that next time. Or something of that sort. But she needs to do this. And at you picking up on she needs to do this, Cal's like, she needs to do this.
You don't need to prove yourself, but be careful, I guess.
Thanks, Cat. And then she will sort of make sure the kendo staff that she got from Silver is still stable on her back, being a dwarf. And she will sort of Naruto run her way away.
This is her style.
And for purposes,
Like trips over a tree limb and like brushes herself off and then takes off running again.
I'm going to roll a stealth check for her as she goes off, just to see how well she does that. Thankfully, she still has the extra bonus from the misty thingies that she's never used before. Boop.
24.
That's better. So, she just disappears into the, well, technically she's not going into the woods. She's going more north. There's not a whole lot of places she can disappear. It's open plains. But anyway, she travels up north and off that way. And then everybody else wakes up for the morning. Hooray! Since you were doing watches this time around, Oak sort of wakes up along with Locke and everybody else, and as everyone's waking up, including you, Locke, and Bjorn, you immediately hear Oak.
Kadruil would be twitchy, and on them waking up would be like the first to say, "By the way, she left."
What?
You say it just like that.
Oak sort of, just before, you're getting in to say that, Oak is like, "Damn it!" And then you say she left, and it's like, "I know."
What?
Hey,
Did
calm down.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
Would someone like to explain, please?
Yong tried to sneak out.
Tried.
We caught her.
Okay.
We still let her go.
That's okay. Why? Why did she? What was her reason? I assume she had one.
She wanted to prove herself.
And then Oak speaks up, and he's like, she's going to try to do more, find information for us, keep in contact with us using sending spell, whatever, and make sure that she's going to try to be the spy that she wants to be, I guess is the best way to put it.
I see.
And then Khal sort of speaks up, and if everyone is worried about her, I can keep an eye on her.
Would be appreciated.
You okay with that, Riven?
Mm-hmm.
You sure? You weren't exactly okay with her leaving initially. What'd you say?
I just thought she should have discussed it with all of us, but if she needs to, she needs to.
Oh.
She tried discussing it with me first, and I shut her down.
That would explain why you both looked so tense last night.
Yeah.
At this point, it's a little late to do anything to stop her. At this point, she's probably long gone, so all we can do is just hope she takes care of herself. And keep in touch, obviously. I give Oak a meaningful look.
Right, yeah. I'll keep in touch with her. And then
There's nothing you can do right now.
Cal's like, alright. I can keep an eye on her too. Bird's eye view. So that she still feels like she's doing it all on her own.
Right.
Bird's eye view?
Cal smiles and then turns into a hawk.
You gonna go follow her?
She is currently a hawk and cannot talk, but she flies towards the direction that Yong left.
She can nod.
True. She nods.
Okay. Be safe, please.
If she could smile, she would, but a hawk can't smile.
Okay.
And then there were insert number of characters here.
6 still, if you count Hollis.
And then there were 6.
Still
a lot.
Alrighty. So, following that, Oak sort of looks to Riven and sort of shakes all that off with Yong and is like, so are we going to go through the forest, or do we want to go around?
Oh, my good judgment just left.
That has got to be the best way to phrase that I've ever heard.
Yeah, it'll be quicker if we just go straight through the forest.
Yeah, and if anything attacks us, we'll just kill it. We can take care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through some scraps and scrapes.
Fair enough.
None of us are the novices who had panic attacks by the riverside after taking a single hit from a goblin anymore. Especially me.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So you're going to traverse your way through the forest.
Might as well.
Yep.
Seems to be the plan.
Alrighty.
Favorite terrain.
Yes. Speaking of misfavored terrain, roll me a survival at advantage to make sure you don't get lost in the forest.
Actually, I don't have to.
Your favorite... Well, you wouldn't get lost in the forest, is what you're saying. That's right.
Yep.
Your favorite terrain is
Your
you will
group-
not get... You will not
Your
get
group-
lost.
Your group can't become lost except by magical means.
And this isn't Misty Village. This is,
Just a normal forest.
It's just a normal forest, but it's specifically referred to as... Come on. If I can get the right thing. Boop, boop, boop. Ta-da!
Krugink.
Krugink
Really
Road.
weird name,
Yes.
man.
Alright. So, with Riven at the head, because she will not get lost in the forest ever, you guys just make a straight shot path through the forest. This is to see if you... I'm not going to bother with perception checks because you have a person with 17 perception still. So, yeah. As you sort of traverse through, Oak makes a comment, sort of looking around, and he's... He sort of smiles. Hey, Riven,
Yes?
did you kill off any goblin tribes more than that one we fought before?
Not really. Why?
Because I think your reputation precedes you. There are goblins around, but they're not even remotely attacking us. They're giving us a wide berth. They're hiding.
Yeah, they were saying something about waiting for someone to come back, and they weren't going to venture out because we were camping.
Okay, odd.
So
Yeah,
long as they don't attack us, I say we just leave them be.
Yeah, it's a bit curious as to why they're like this.
Well, I agree with Locke. Whatever, as long as they don't come to attack us, we can just leave them be.
Okay.
We are not the person that they are looking for, I would assume.
Right.
I don't know who they're looking for, but they're also not the type to... Goblins are not the type of creatures to have big hordes of stuff. So, we're on a mission to try to make sure we can make money. And we're on a bit of a time crunch. So, I say we move on. What do you say, Bjorn? Cad?
Do we want to make trouble for someone who's not troubling us?
I will say I don't feel terribly comfortable at the idea of leaving goblins at my back, but
So one of us walks
Fighting
back
them.
because we leave.
yes, I will take that responsibility to ensure the safety of the group. But
Ah,
as long as, but I don't see any gain in going out of our way to seek a fight. It would just be a distraction. So we should
Right.
push forward as quick as possible.
If they want... I can't believe I'm saying this. If they want help, they can come to us. Carl's not
Right.
here, so I have to be on my best behavior.
huh. Alright then. You guys move on. You
Yeah.
make your way through the forest. You camp out the next day. In roughly about the same sort of organization, except this time there's no cow. So we have Oak, Silver, or Riven, rather. Oak, Riven, Bjorn, Locke, Cad, and Hollis. So technically, if Riven wants to take a watch by herself with Hollis, we then have 2, 2, and 2 again.
Sure.
Okay.
And you guys are now on this side of the forest.
Dun dun dun.
Takes roughly a day to get across the forest.
I was just checking.
Based on my map, yes. So perception checks all around. See if you notice anything.
24.
16.
19.
35.
Why bot?
Holy sh!
Do we get an unlock with a 9?
9!
9?
Which seems normal since he's currently distracted.
So, following that, Riven, you pick up on the goblin speak again after you guys have successfully made camp outside of the forest. Although yours is in the early morning, so yeah, they're not really talking as much when you are awake.
But I can still hear them talking, apparently.
Theoretically, with that roll, you totally could. But
Can I just... Okay. I'll wait until it's my turn.
um,
So, who's first to watch?
first watch would have probably have been Oak and either Bjorn or Cad, whoever didn't want to watch with Locke. Doesn't much matter. But yeah, if you want to do anything on your watch when it's your turn, because you're by yourself except for Hollis, which you could roll a perception check for.
Oh, right.
23. Nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20 on doggo perception. Okay. So yeah. Were you wanting to do anything specific?
Yeah, Riven's just gonna shout back into the forest. It's like, you know I can understand you, right?
Your response to that is,
Silence?
well, you rolled a 24. Your response to that is goblin shrieks of terror. Ah!
Boo!
Boo!
Okay. That's it. She's just gonna sit there and, like, do her watch and just be like, I just... okay.
Alright. So, we move on from that. Everyone wakes up. And you guys are going to continue to make your way down. You make your way about as far as the bridge down here. To travel
All right.
across.
Now, let me just double check something really quick.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, at this point, as soon as we cross over that bridge, Locke is going to cast Mask of Many Faces on himself. And since I can cast it at will without expending a spell slot thanks to my Eldritch Invocation, I'm just going to keep it up perpetually by just constantly re-upping it whenever I can. And the appearance I'm taking on is that of a wood elf. I will have rust red, kind of shoulder length hair, darker skin than what Locke has, like noticeably tanned, as if like he grew up like near the edge of a desert. Not in it, but near the edge, so definitely far darker skin tone. He's got freckles on his face, sharp angled bushy eyebrows, and has some basic war paint on his cheeks. Kind of like an equal sign on each cheek under the eyes.
Okay.
Make myself look like that, shake the hair out a little bit. How do I...
Okay.
So enemies would potentially get a some sort of check or other to realize it's him, right?
It's
Or not with that. Not with that.
It's disguise self. Essentially, is it alter self or disguise self with Mask of Many Faces?
Disguise self. I'm not
Okay.
changing myself, I'm disguising myself.
Yeah. So it's disguise self. They would get a perception check against his spell save DC to see through it, but that's only if they were close enough. From a distance, he's just going to look like a wood elf.
So I can give potential bad people disadvantage on figuring him out by using the hat of entertainment to turn into Locke. Then they'll be so distracted looking at me they won't notice him.
That would be
Don't
not
do
advised.
That
do that.
don't.
Ah, okay, fine.
As it is, they don't know the name Locke here.
Okay.
All the same, I would probably, in the event we run into anyone from Sevenor, I'll probably want a cover name.
Locke is fine. If they
Just-
don't know it.
Just in case. If anyone's like been scrying on me from there, they might know that I've been going by that. So,
If they've been scrying on you, they'd know who you've been traveling with, so your disguise is pointless.
Right.
fair enough.
Would somebody
way.
be vindictive enough to scry on you?
Probably.
The Furbog, who is constantly paranoid, is now uneasy. Hooray.
Do you think he's uneasy?
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, so you traverse the bridge, camp out again. This time, let's see. Denavar, okay.
Okay.
So you make camp just around the bridge. Locke sets up the Denavar disguise. And yeah. Locke is asleep because this is during a watch. I will say for how about Cad and Bjorn's watch, the middle watch? No perceptions checks needed because she's not exactly being stealthy. You, as you're camping on your middle watch, Bjorn. This is for Bjorn and Cad because they're taking the middle watch. Locke took first watch with Oak. Bjorn and Cad are together. This is watch for Cad and Bjorn because I find it funnier that way. You see a person who is approaching your camp where you are and is running very fast and is not stealthy at all because you have several weapons of a very large caliber that are all strapped to her back, and she is not wearing armor. Mudslide.
Oh shit!
Mudslide is Herculesing towards us. Gotcha.
Does she look like she's running from something or running just to get to us?
She's not running away from anything. She's just running and happened to spot your camp and is now running to you.
Okay, good. So Bjorn will sort of jump up and down and wave his arm.
Are they making noises?
They would be. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Bjorn is making the mating call of his people.
No, he'd need to summon Rupert for that.
No, that would be Rupert's mating call.
Mudslide
Look.
is making a lot of noise. Yes, she's
Well, let them do the conversation.
she's doing some rattling as if she has heavy armor, even though she's not in armor because she's got like 3 or 4 different kinds of weapons on her back. So she stops and says, "Oh, convenient. You're here. Well, closer, I guess."
Oh yes, we were catching up with you. That is an impressive arsenal you're carrying.
Yeah. I don't really know what I'm going to be up against when I get down there, and certain kinds of enemies are weaker against certain kinds of attacks. So I like to try to have options.
Very pragmatic. Very pragmatic.
She sort of rolls her shoulders and is like of her
Um,
like 5 different weapons on her back.
Nice. All right. So
And you also notice, specifically for you, Bjorn, as I mentioned, she's not in armor, and she is wearing a similar kind of attire that she was wearing when she took you back to the Dazzling Wishes, or Sparkling Wishes. Bare on shoulder, exposed for all to see, midriff, the whole thing.
interesting. No.
So, right, I didn't know much about your other adventuring party. Mudslide, she sort of offers her hand out to Cad.
To her or to me?
She says her name is Mudslide and she's offering a hand to you to shake.
Kadruil. Hey. Shake her hand.
She has a extremely strong grip, but you're strong too, so it's okay. Alright. Well, I guess you're in the middle of watches and stuff, and whoa, hello. As she sees the massive dog that's asleep over there. How about that? Wait.
What is this?
Where'd the skull helmet come from? She didn't have that. Well, I guess she wasn't wearing armor then. Yeah.
Oh,
Not a
okay.
skull helmet. It's part of the cloak.
Or well, skull cloak. Or a cloak. She's interested in Riven's armor, regardless. Although,
Riven's just asleep. It's just like,
yeah. Huh. I didn't know she was still with the group, but whatever. So, yeah, she's in the forests down there, in the Luna Wilds somewhere. From what I heard, your friend Oak contacted me back. I guess you know that. So you're going to help me save her then, right?
This is the plan as I understand it. Yes.
Cool. Cool.
Do you have any? Can you tell us why she's all the way down here? What's going on exactly?
That's complicated. Best as I can understand it, she took a bit of a sabbatical, I guess. That's what the
Yes.
boss of the Idle Tomcat called it, a sabbatical.
Been on a few of those.
Someone that she really cares about. She was looking for him, and then she got mixed up in something and didn't make it back when she was supposed to. I went around. I tried to figure out where she went. She's fairly popular, so it was not hard to find people who had seen her or knew of her enough to give me some sort of idea. I eventually was told that someone had heard rumor that she traveled to Seven Nora. I wasn't exactly trusting of the guy, but it was the only lead I had, so I was going to come down this way. Then Oak sends me that. Oak, right? Was his name Oak? Yeah.
Yeah.
He sends me down this way, or I come down this way going to Seven Nora, not really wanting to do so because that place is bitch. But anyway,
That place is bitch.
hey, hey,
So I heard.
regardless, we're going to go past there. Well, not to the village or the town. We're just going to go straight down into the forest and hope that we can find her. You have anybody that's in your group? Sort of looks over at Riven, who is dressed in a fur cloak and has a dog. Anybody that's good in hunting around in a forest?
Might be.
Right. You have to tell me something about that dog. That's massive.
I don't know.
Direwolf.
I've just met it quite recently.
Well, Mudslide actually doesn't know a whole lot about specifically dire wolves, and most dire wolves are not solid black either.
True.
So, yeah. Well, I suppose you guys are going to finish up with your watches and things. And she looks up and realizes it's still kind of the middle of the night, and she's like, Mudslide just realizes she's been running for a while, and she's like, yeah, I should probably get some sort of sleep. Have big enough space in that tent over there?
Oh yes, for sure.
There's hot cocoa.
There's hot cocoa in there.
I know.
No, but Bjorn knows that, and he would definitely mention it.
Wait, the tent's not even all that. Oh, must be a magic tent. Cool. All right. And then she will sort of step her way into the tent. Like, whoa, hello. Not realizing it was a TARDIS.
It basically is, yeah. It's a TARDIS that doesn't move.
The best kind of tent is a TARDIS.
All right. So she goes inside, and she is going to find her a place to sleep with her own sleeping bag somewhere in amongst the pillows of books. All right. And then you guys are finishing up your watch. You guys wake up Riven. One of you can. I don't know how you're going to do that because Locke is not. So who?
Locke's not with.
Locke's not doing it this time.
Is this like an established mini game or something?
It is.
Or
Kinda.
Yes.
So yeah, how are you guys gonna wake up Riven and Hollis? I mean, you could just straight up
Bjorn.
door.
I think what Bjorn will do is he will take a piece of meat from his pack, place it in front of Hollis's nose, and then promptly make distance and see what happens.
Okay, so Alice would just eat it and just like look at you and be like, "Food."
Perfect. If he's
That's
eating,
Alice.
he's awake.
That's Alice.
Yep. He'll wake up. He'll eat the meat a bit, and then sort of shake awake a bit. Not in a way to make Riven fall over, but enough to rouse Riven, so to speak, so that she's awake.
Okay.
And as you're waking up, you see Hollis is... He's satisfied. He has had food.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess Riven gets up and will do her watching.
Yep. Do either one of you inform her that you guys have an extra party member now?
Yeah, we probably should mention that. So, just so you're aware, Mudslide arrived during our watch, and so she's with our group now.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Donuts for everyone.
You're asleep still, technically. So you wake up the next morning. Anyone in the tent that was not aware of Mudslide, who was asleep, which is Oak and Locke, you now have a new person in your tent. When you do recognize, you met her briefly, but the difference here is you were not aware of how she chose to carry herself when going into combat. Mudslide's carrying like 5 different melee weapons on her back. Large ones, relatively speaking. So she wakes up. We're moving on?
What weapon specifically does she have?
She has a flail, a maul, a great axe, a great sword, and a longsword.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Flail, great axe, longsword, maul, great sword. Anybody want to make conversation with Mudslide? Well, specifically, I would be asking that for Locke, but Locke is not here. Although Riven might say something to Mudslide, I don't know.
You just wave.
As everyone else is awake, she's like, Riven? Riven?
Yes.
I like your armor. It's really cool.
Thank you.
And what's the canine's name?
Alice.
Is he I have never seen a dire wolf that color. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Right. Okay, so I'm glad I caught you guys. I wasn't wanting to go into Seven Nora. I don't like what I've heard of that place. So we going? We good?
Mm-hmm. So let's continue. Into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get back up my disguise.
Mudslide sort of raises an eyebrow. Whatever. You're gonna go down this way. There's another watch down here. Not so much is going on.
Hey, Oak.
Hmm.
It's been a couple of days. Do you want to check on Unrae? Make sure she's doing okay?
That's not a bad idea, actually. And I can
Okay,
check
that's
on,
my thought for today.
and I can check on Oak as well. I can check on Yong as well. Make sure she's doing okay.
He's being followed.
Hmm?
Khal is watching over her.
Yes, I know, but at the same time, she doesn't know that Cal's watching her.
So I guess don't tell him?
No, I wasn't going to.
Okay.
So yeah, Oak sort of sets down and focuses with sending. Okay. So Young hasn't found anything out yet. She's made her way up more north and is trying to look into the various, see if she can find out anything. She hasn't really heard anything. Okay. She also doesn't know that Cal's following her. That's good.
Okay.
Suddenly I'm glad that my sister is not as good at noticing things as me. Anyway. And then Unrae. And he will focus on that. Okay, that's... Yeah, she's fine. She doesn't really know where in the forest she is other than in a cave. But...
Does anyone have a map of the area?
Would I know of any caves in the area?
Roll for me history.
Can I get advantage because I'm a native?
Yes, you can. Nope. You had heard rumor that there was a cave in the forest. People had said that it was mostly straight south of Sevenora, but it was just a rumor. Most of the kids, you got it through more osmosis than anything else, so you didn't really hear anything about it. None of the kids really told you about it, per se.
The only cave I know of, well, I don't even really know of it. I just know that there was like a rumor of some cave directly to the south of the town, somewhere in the wilds. Don't really know anything about it. I can only assume like it was part of some local folk legend or something, and that's why the kids whispered about it as if it was somehow special. I don't know.
That's something to go on.
Still very freaking vague.
Locke,
Yes?
as you're sort of recalling that, you get a message in your head.
Oh?
Azza's voice. 10 platinum.
Azza.
That's all it says.
Ouch. Okay. Okay. So I just got a message from Azza.
Okay.
First payment she's wanting is 10 platinum. So how much money do we have?
Silver hands him 10 platinum.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, Riven.
There
Okay.
you go.
I will nod my head and like thank you and just very sheepishly just put it in the bag.
All right. So, following that, I guess you guys are going to start traversing the forest.
I guess. Not a
Um,
whole lot else we can do right now.
Forward.
so,
Let's see.
what you got?
We got trees.
Lots of trees.
And on the other side of them, the forest.
So, Riven, you're probably going to lead the charge to keep the group from getting lost.
Yes.
Just for sake of putting it out there, this is not for you to get lost. This is for you to follow through with what Locke had said of staying mostly south of Sevenora, seeing if you can watch the topography a bit to see if you can figure out where a cave would be located in here. So roll me a survival with advantage. 14. Yep. Alright. So it takes you most of the afternoon and evening because it's still roughly a day to sort of get in here somewhere. But what with Oak's high perception and everything, you do spot a cave. And it's about here-ish. It's a little further than south, but about here-ish.
Then put us there.
Than being directly south. But you do see it.
Put our token there.
And as Oak sort of points it out to you, Riven, you see it, and you get a very strange sense of deja vu. Because you spent so much time there, you coming close to this place, you get a feeling that makes you think of the Shadowfell.
Also, can you just move our token into the spot?
Oh, yeah.
So right about there? Okay.
Yep. You're sort of an off ways away from the cave at this point, but you're close enough to it that you can see that it's right there. And after being indicated by Oak, who has the high perception, it's almost like an aura no one else can see, but you sort of can.
Yeah. Riven's gonna have everyone stop. And can she look around for tracks?
Sure.
She has advantage because she's looking for a specific type of track. 18.
What sort of trap are you looking for?
I'm looking for an elves. They're one of my favorite enemies, so I have advantage on survival checks to track them.
Looking for an elf?
Yes.
Locke suddenly feels far more nervous than he used to.
Well, Unrae's been through here, so...
Yeah, that's true.
And also, while tracking other creatures, you also learn the exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Right. So,
Through being in a forest.
Right. So with your 18 survival, you do get the feel of that a elf passed through here. Maybe it was just one elf, but you're getting a sense of like specifically from elves. And it was maybe about. I mean, it is sort of a magic way to track. It's been a very long time since it passed through here. You get the sense that if these tracks that you're sensing are in fact Unrae's, she went into this cave
That hasn't been out.
over a week ago, but she's never left.
Okay. Let's try to be stealthy, guys. Okay?
Alright. You have some idea about what we're walking into?
How much do you know about Shadowfell?
How much do I know about the Shadowfell?
Roll me Arcana. Or no, roll me straight intelligence. Sorry, not Arcana.
Fuck, I am actually good in Arcana. 11!
You know that the Shadowfell is sad and it sucks.
I know that it is sad and that it sucks and that one drow kid I kept thinking weird stuff is from there.
Okay. I'm getting a vibe kind of like that. So, let's just be careful and try to sneak in. And at that point, she's going to cast Pass Without a Trace. Everyone gets plus 10 to their stealth checks.
34 then.
Nice.
31.
31.
21.
21.
31.
Good grief. All the 31s.
Now we need... Oh, wait.
You need to roll stealth for Hollis.
That's what I'm doing. 16.
Let's do this. Carrying all these weapons is powerful, but sucks because disadvantage on stealth because weapons are loud. I didn't add anything, but that's fine. So 24. Or no, 22. Sorry, 22. Actually, that would have been a 14. Sorry, because I forgot to add it on. Your lowest would have been
14.
14. So yeah, 24.
Okay.
Sorry.
We'll go sneaky into the cave.
We'll go sneaky into cavey. Alrighty. You were not there. You were not there. Who's going in cave in front? What's your marching order? The cave is about 3. You can go in by 3s if you want to be in 3s. So it's big enough for Hollis to walk into.
Yeah, Hollis is going to be walking behind Riven.
Locke will be in the back row.
Just remember, all of you have to stay within 30 feet of me, so
Right.
it's not hard.
I'll be directly in front of Locke to protect him.
Is Riven in front of Hollis or beside of Hollis?
In front of Hollis.
In front of Hollis. Okay. So Where's Bjorn?
Bjorn wants to be in the front row.
All right. So you said your thing is 30 feet, right?
Yeah, within 30 feet.
Okay.
So we don't have to be like huddled. We can be like a little bit away.
Right. So, boop. And we have. By the way, Mudslide.
I don't like how she's looking at me.
Why does she look like Yasha?
Actually, yeah, I kind of remember listening to Yasha, but Yasha was not a Goliath. She was an Ace of Mine.
Mostly just the hair and the tattoos kind of remind me of Yasha for some reason.
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah. Dark vision, you see out. You have
This cave has very straight walls.
very straight walls. Yes, it is. From what you're seeing right now.
And carved out.
Sort of carved out walls. You sort of go down into the cave, and then you come to a straight, solid wall. No door.
Wait, there's just a wall in front of us?
Yep. The cave just goes down a little bit and then stops.
I'm a detect magic.
So, you're doing detect magic?
Yes.
Yes. This place is extremely magical.
What school of magic?
Illusion.
Alright, so that wall is really glowing with a lot of illusion magic.
Also, Lon, you get a strong sense of, it's, like, you've done detect magic around things that were undead before,
Uh-huh.
and you know what necromancy is when it's on something. You're also getting a sense of, it's like necromancy, but not, and it's, like, ambient. It's on the air, not on anything.
Oh, that's funky. I don't like it.
Do you taste death?
No, you don't.
I
don't
think we are
taste-
inhaling the Necronomicon.
Okay, so I know that the "Can I taste the death" line was someone in this group, but I do not remember when it happened. Could someone refresh my memory? Because I kind of want to know now.
Okay. It was when Silver had picked up the magic book when we were in that magical cathedral, and it's just like, she sat there and was told like she could taste like dead
Death.
thing,
Yeah.
just like on
Yep.
death and stuff, and she just sat there, and Silver said, I taste dead.
Yeah.
All right.
Something
Okay,
about
so-
like grape soda or something, I don't know.
All right. Well, in that case, Locke will remember that and call back. I was like, okay, so I think I'm tasting death right now.
That's not promising. Says Oak.
Yes, certainly not. There's some sort of like, it's not quite necromancy, but there's something like necromancy adjacent that's just in the air. I like it.
So, Sam, roll wisdom for me.
Straight wisdom?
With advantage.
Okay. 5.
You vaguely remember something, like something that Cal mentioned that was similar to that when you guys were in Shadowvale.
It's just like,
Maybe.
there's something in, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so Riven is going so like Riven and Hollis are going to go up to the wall and kind of poke it.
Going to poke the wall.
Yes. Can her
Okay.
hand go through?
Yes it does.
She motions for the other party to come along.
All right.
Alright, so, for sake of it being already 3 o'clock when you got here,
Riven's going to poke her head through. Be like, what does she see?
you will see. You're just gonna poke your head through?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a
Oh,
problem.
No.
It's a bunch of stalagmites.
No.
Them's the ring wraiths.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of are. Oh no,
Ring goes on, ring goes on, ring goes on, ring goes on.
motherfucker.
Riven,
They could be stalagmites.
you see you see shades, darky, evil-looking people. You see 2 sets of doors, one here and one here, and then a hallway that you can't see because you're only looking through the thing. There will be
Well, I think
initiatives. There will be initiatives rolled if you guys go into here.
Yeah.
So we will stop here.
Well, hell, I rolled nice for once.
There we go.
I'm just going to yeet myself into here for interest next time.
I mean, Riven's not told you what she sees. She just stuck her head through an illusionary wall.
Yeah.
And then said come through, so I mean...
No, she motions you guys to come forward, and when she stuck her head through, she just...
I'm
she
imagining...
poked the wall, her hand went through, she motions you guys forward, then she stuck her head through.
Then she's like, everyone be quiet or they'll know we're here. Oh, crap.
Well, that's the thing, we rolled pretty high on our stealth. So.
You did roll pretty high on your stealth.
True.
If anything is blowing our cover, it's the dog.
Okay, so Hollis has an 8 to initiative.
Yep, you can go ahead and put him in the tracker if he's not.
I can't. Cause
Can you select his token?
I already rolled it.
Oh, sorry. Then we will do an initiative for that person. Your initiative sucks because you are slow.
Because you're a rock formation on the bottom of a cave.
Something like that.
Yay, Riven's going last.
So
The Finnick.
yeah, that is where we're going to. Oh, I'll roll for some shadowy peoples later because I can get initiative orders better that way. But yeah, that's where we're going to come back to next time. Hooray!
Neat.
We'll do. This has been Shadows from Kenneth, and next time will be Sam.
I thought I did it last time.
You did do it last time.
I think last time. No, I thought last time was David.
No, last time. This time, You did do the last time. That's right.
How about you do it?
Fine. I'm gonna be being the one doing the next time anyway, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, so this has been Shadows from Kenneth, and I will do the next time.
This has been Shadows of Gradiriel.
Join us next time when the group explores this obviously Shadowfell infested dark place. It's not fun. They'll have fun. It's great. Yes.
10 out of 10 would describe again.
Sure. Man.
Shadowy dark.
I like the immediate.
Dark place.
I like the immediate twist of it's not fun. They're gonna have fun.
Exactly.